everyone, this is Viva America. We're the only show, actually, that probably we're more American than Americans. Number one thing that people do when it comes into a new year, okay, and I avoided this. I was talking to my daughter, Laura. She's turning 1 year old in actually next week, January 11th. I was talking to her, saying basically, never go into the whole New Year's resolution. It's a waste of time, like blunt, waste of time. Useless activity. What I think is the bare minimum is for you to pick one idea and execute. That's it. Same like one thing I was listening to Alex Hermosi, and he was saying, oh, people was like, oh, I read 52 books, 52 weeks. I read a book per week. And he was like, no, just read one book and do something. Yeah, that's the most important, okay? So I went over the news, the Wall Street Journal. They went to Jeremy Renner. He's still in critical condition. I think when was this whole thing posted? It was yesterday around 9:30 a.m. But what I found funny, and this is not that I don't care or can I feel empathy for what he's going through, but this thing, is this real? Who took the photo? I mean, it's crazy, man. You are probably dying and you're just posting this. It's just crazy. I mean, honestly, I think hopefully he gets better. I'm not joking, but this is the world we live in. The social media, the need for everything. And guess what? If something happens to him and he dies, 6.5 million likes plus all the print that he got out of that. And I'm pretty sure people meant in a good way. And we have to see the positive and the good. The positive and the good. I said that's the same, right? But the positive is that you have a way to connect with people. The good thing is that you let know people, right, that life is too short. So in this 2023, my best wishes to you. And remember, it's true. It's true that life is very short. It was a weird accident he got into. You can read about in the Wall Street Journal. But the reality, cool. But do I want to post that? I don't know. But with 19 million followers, it is what it is, I guess. Hopefully he gets better. I would love to see Hawkeye back on one of the Avengers, at least Avengers Kang Dynasty. All right, guys, so let's jump into what's happening with everything out there. Amazon. Let's take a look at Amazon today. And you know that the new thing in the U.S. is to fire people. All right, let me just put that back. It's in Spanish. Let me bring it back to English. Now, the most important, look, if you are a company, if you're a mega cap company and you don't fire people, you don't look good in front of your investors. I'm sorry, but right now, in the US and worldwide, you need to fire, period. Or you need to talk to your people and consolidate positions. That's very important. Now, 80,000 jobs. I will still think that they are in a good position when it comes to the force that they have to work with. Because, of course, for you to function, besides the digitalization, automatization, everything that we're using, including what Microsoft is going to do with the chat, the robo chat, the AI, artificial intelligence, is the fact that you need people also to continue for you to, when things get better, you don't have to rehire, because when things get better, you have to go back again into the training process that costs a lot of money, time, and then in between, the quality or the strength of your company can be in jeopardy. Not in a severe way, but you actually get my point that it takes time to rebuild your workforce. So that's the most important. Now, I think, technology is changing, and there was this guy talking about, I think it was Seth. I will share more of him soon in my next videos. But he was sharing basically, this is, I think, the third time where we have a labor shortage. All the companies are firing. That's Mikey Wilson from Morgan Stanley. Although we have a labor shortage, because we do have it, this is the third time that it happens. And I think, if I remember correctly, the last one happened in 1973. So the last time that happened, technology kaput, exploded to the upside. So that's something else to consider when it comes to what's happening with technology, and where although it looks like in the short term that industrial and all that stuff is gonna keep keep being what's gonna balance the indexes and opportunities. For example, in Turkey, it's something that you have to pay attention because medium long term technology will make a comeback. Now let's take a look at the S&P 500, where I think it should go. I'm looking at this lag, and it doesn't look very bearish. All right, it doesn't look very bearish. And one of the things we're adding as the MSA, the Markets Surveillance Alliance, I have to practice that word a lot, Surveillance Alliance, we're doing 1 to 4 trades only focus on SPY. I would love to do SPX, but it's pretty fast. So that can be a day trading. A lot of that, we're looking to potentially do it, but you have to be pretty fast. You need to be there. And sometimes when we look at our all-weather portfolio, it's just about the flexibility. When members come and they don't have a lot of time, they're just looking into execution. What you want to do is execute, right? So when you're into day trading, you must be in front of the computer. It's quite impossible for you to day trade and at the same time have an 8 to 5 job or 9 to 6. It doesn't matter. Now, looking at this leg, I'm actually seeing a retracement all the way to the 50% Fibonacci. On top of that, it's no secret. Everyone has something. They have stock chart, bar chart, trend spider. I do have Hawkeye Trader. And information, looking at heat map, which is momentum, this is actually dark red. And dark red means that whatever bearishness was happening is slowing down. That's in the short term. Medium term still looks bearish, of course, but what it means also looking at the volume, look at volume pack 1, that volume is drying. That means that whatever selling you think is taking place is actually slowing down big time. You can look at the volume. This is something you can look in other tools, but in combination, I'm looking also at roadkill. And roadkill is telling me this thing is turning bullish. So someone somewhere knows something and is buying. So pay attention to that. Now, short term, I probably just want to do a weekly call. I was talking about BEKE on the chart of the day. But if I look at quote media and look for a potential trade when it comes to SPY, something very simple right away, we'll look into this. Just take a next week potential pop, especially after Amazon firing 18,000 people. That's a bullish sign right now. Take a look about January 10. That will be Tuesday. So take a look at Tuesday expirations. 388. Now I'll probably take the 390. Okay, if you want to do that. 390, a nice surprise. 144, you see the volume right there. You can always play with the 395. A bit of a stretch, but I can take it. Just $47. Remember, one options contract is 100 shares, so you multiply whatever you have here, the information and the ask, by 100, and we'll give you the price that you need to pay. So 47, that will mean $47. Volume is attractive. We always study through different algorithms and proprietary technology what is happening out there with the big boys in Wall Street. But just looking at pretty simple free information on quote media, 1,486 contracts versus 739. It means something is happening, somewhat a little bit allocation. Now, my perspective when I see this is just a contract that I probably think the market makers created, so people bet more on the S&P 500. And a lot of people are with me thinking that because there's this abysmal negativity and reports. When you look at sentiment, it's still super bearish. The pain train, max pain, is to the upside. Remember that. So always learn that if everyone is waiting for something, probably it's not going to happen, right? And that also goes that now everyone is short Tesla. So if everyone is short Tesla, eventually sellers get exhausted and you need a bounce, a very strong bounce to make it worth re-enter the trade, because it doesn't matter if you're retail, institutional. Sometimes when it comes to charts, everyone is looking at the same tools. Going back to this trade, I probably won't take more than, it can go from $50 to $500 stops. And this trade went as high, probably 65. That's the area I look at too. But if it actually works very well, I probably look to make 1 time, 2 times my money. So $100 could be a profit of $200 pretty fast in a week. But that's because of the structure of the contract. We have little time, so if it happens, you will be rewarded with a massive explosion to the upside. Now, always use options to reduce your risk by only risking what you're willing to lose. And remember, past performance does not constitute future performance. And remember, when you're trading, make sure, I think it just goes back to the basic, make sure you're not trading with money that you cannot afford to lose. So this is it for today. Amazon back to the firing. Jeremy Renner not doing well in the hospital, but hopefully he gets better. And we see him on the next Avengers movie. Kang Dynasty, I think. That's what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this show today. This is Viva America, where we probably are more American than Americans. And for all of you in Sacramento, I think there's a few things happening in Sacramento. I think flooding. Hope everyone there is okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I see you on the next episode.